How's everybody doing today? My presentation is on what is family, and my name is Colin Johnson. So, what does the word family mean to you in one word? I have this little 30-second video I created that I asked some of the UW-Platteville men's soccer guys to tell me what the word family meant to them in one word. And we got a few responses, but the coronavirus we didn't get all the emails back we would have liked, but okay, so to me, if I had to choose one word as a coach, what does family mean to me as a coach? I would have to say compassion. Because at the end of the day, it's your job to bring the energy, the love, the honesty. Because if you don't bring it, who's going to bring it? So to me, I would have to say the word compassion. So I have this quote here from the book I'm actually reading for this class. As many as possible, as long as possible, in the best environment possible. Why did I choose this quote to go with this presentation, What is Family? Because I believe in family and coaching, you want to have as many people possible in your family or your team because it can build cultural values, also influence one's communication and comfortability. So the more comfortable you are with your family, the more honest and open you become with your family. And you make those tighter bonds and those lifelong connections with players or your business partners, whatever it may be. I also use that quote too because there's a coach by the name of John Guardioli. He's the most winning coach in college football history at any division. He coached 64 years, 4 years at Carroll University and NAIA school, and 60 years at St. John's University up here in central Minnesota, actually just 15 miles down the road from me. Why did I pick this guy? Because he defined conventional football coaching and wisdom with no tackle, no whistle practices, and a request his players call him John, not coach. That led to his career with a record of 489 wins, 138 losses, and 11 ties, 4 national championships. Not a bad record. So open this up here quick, show you a little more about him. So basically what I'm kind of getting at is that one quote, as many as possible, as long as possible, in the best environment possible. John Guardioli didn't cut players. He refused to cut players. So if we read here, as his former players say, his coaching affected their lives long after they were players. He would introduce freshmen to college by holding up a dime against the bright side of the sun, saying the dime was football and the sun is their life. Remember that, he said, and there would be no trouble keeping football in perspective. So going back, sorry there, I unshared my screen with you. But now when we go back to John Guardioli, why did I choose him? Because he coached 64 years at Division III, or I should say 60 years at Division III, and 4 years at NAIA. not Division 1 or Division 2, but he's still the winningest coach of all time. And I think he was the best at creating family, because if you read more into this article, it goes on. Like I said, he didn't cut players. So their home games on the bench, some season they'd have 110 players lined up on the sidelines. Granted, when you travel on the road, you can only travel with a certain amount of players, but he was never into cutting. Next man up, I believe that's a good way to go, because that creates that trust between you and your players, and trust between players and players. And if you don't have that trust and don't build those bonds, it's hard to build your family. And if you don't have a family, you don't really have a foundation. So also, I reached out to head coach Mike Emmendorfer here at the University of Platteville, and I asked him what the word family means to him and creating a positive coaching environment. Taking a family approach means establishing a foundation of trust and cultural promise to unite as one. To build family environment, make everyone on the team feel they are important, make their voices be heard. So even if he's a freshman, or I'll use my example here, I help out with a men's soccer team. I'm more of a manager. So sometimes it's hard to give my input because at times I'm a manager, but even if I could speak up and help the guys out in the best way, that's creating those family bonds. And the better your family bonds are, the better you bond as a team. So I found that really good out of Coach M. And then I also asked Coach Sam, the head men's soccer coach, what I found out of his: family is the essence of my life. That's what he said. And I agree with that 110%. Because if family isn't the essence of your life, whether that's your family, your sports family, or you're in a club, whatever family you may be a part of, if you don't have full-on compassion, go back to my one word, compassion towards your family won't succeed. Or like he said, your family will not have a foundation. On top of that, as a coach, you need to bring a positive environment. Like I said, bring the energy. A positive environment is at the core of Coach Sam's beliefs. We want players and employees to love what they're doing. That does not mean everything will be happy all the time, because that's part of sports. You're not going to win all the time. But a positive environment allows for people to grow personally and collectively while enjoying what they do on a consistent basis. Coach Sam. So thank you, Coach Sam and Coach M, for giving you guys his input. Key takeaways, back to that quote: as many as possible, as long as possible, in the best possible environment. So as many as possible, you want as many people in your family as you can. So like Coach Munn says, the alumni, they always reach out to their alumni every year because you want to build that family, keep that family connected as long as possible. You always want to keep your family in the best possible environment. So bringing that positive environment energy, always bring the energy. Family dynamics and culture. This one is really important to me, I think, because family dynamics are interaction between family members and how they relate to one another. So the more comfortable we become with our family and the culture we're in, the more easily we build that foundation and have success sooner rather than later. Like Coach Sam said, family is an essence of life. I think that's really good because, like I said, my one word, what family means to me, compassion. If you don't have compassion towards your family, then sometimes that can determine your character or one's loyalty. Whatever family you may be a part of now or in the future, it's all about establishing that foundation. Go back to what Coach M said. It's all about establishing the foundation, whether that's trust, culturally, challenging your players, inspiring them, or sometimes laying into them a little bit if you need to. But that's all goes into building your family. And to finish up here, I have a little video on what is family. Give you guys a watch. I actually created this last fall for the UW Platteville men's soccer team It was our preseason campaign.
Yo, family on me, family on three, 1, 2, 3. Family! Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt.
So that's just a little cool video I created on what is kind of ties into what is family, building those bonds and connections.
Okay, everyone, we are back. This is episode 2 of Game IQ, and the people have spoken. Over 4.
I apologize for that. Next video started playing. But yeah, that video just kind of ties back into what is family, or what family are you a part of? And to me, the UW Platteville men's soccer team is my family, and I'm a student assistant. So at the end of the day, what I want you to take away from this is find what family means to you in one word. Write that one word down on a sticky note and stick to it. My word is compassion. Family always needs compassion.